For every swing, every moment, the Milwaukee Brewers fight. It's not just about hitting the ball, it's about leaving a legacy.
Hello, Brew Crew. Welcome back to Brewers Fan Central, your headquarters for the most in-depth news and analysis on our Milwaukee Brewers. Before we dive into what I'm hearing, and believe me, the pitching hot stove is heating up, and Matt Arnold already has targets lined up. I need you to do one thing for me. The 97-win season was incredible, but that NLCS sweep by the Dodgers proved we aren't there yet. This offseason is about finding the missing pieces. I am going to bring you every rumor, every piece of inside analysis, and every contract move the second I hear about it. To ensure you get that information before everyone else, please hit that subscribe button below and turn on the notification bell. It's the only way to make sure you don't miss any breaking news. You don't. With that said, let's get right to it. The reality of our situation is harsh, but it needs to be said. That 4-0 elimination by Los Angeles hurt because it exposed our greatest weakness, starting pitching depth. And now we are about to watch that depth completely evaporate. I am hearing from my sources, and the consensus around the league is this: the chances of Brandon Woodruff returning are very slim. On top of that, Jose Quintana is also expected to test the free agent market, seeking a contract that will likely be out of Milwaukee's price range. We are talking about losing two pillars of our rotation. Freddie Peralta is an undisputed ace, but he can't perform magic alone. GM Matt Arnold is under immense pressure to fill these spots without blowing up the payroll. The Brewers are not going to be in on the $150 million names. That is not how we operate. We operate smarter. We hunt for value, we look at the underlying data, and we find talent that other teams undervalue. And that is exactly why one specific name is circulating heavily within the Brewers front office chatter. That name is Jack Flaherty. Yes, the same Jack Flaherty we spent years battling when he was with the St. Louis Cardinals. Here is the exclusive scoop. Flaherty has an opt-out in his contract with the Detroit Tigers, and every indication I'm getting is that he will exercise it and become a free agent. And according to heavy-hitting national sources like Jim Bowden of The Athletic, Milwaukee is already listed as a prime destination for him. This is where Arnold's strategy begins to take shape. In 2025, Flaherty made 31 starts. That is durability we desperately need. He racked up 188 strikeouts, the third highest mark of his career. Now, I know what the skeptics will say, but Central, his ERA was 4.64, and that is precisely why he is the perfect Brewers target. The Milwaukee front office ignores ERA when the underlying data tells a different story. His FIP, fielding independent pitching, was 3.85. That tells me, and more importantly, it tells the Brewers analysts that he pitched far better than his surface numbers suggest, likely the victim of a porous defense in Detroit. His stuff is still elite. Let's dive deeper into this analysis. Why are Flaherty and the Brewers a perfect match? First, the price tag, market projections, and what Bowden reported have Flaherty seeking a 2-year deal in the neighborhood of $22 million total. That is an $11 million average annual value. Let's be clear, $11 million a year for a pitcher who can give you 31 starts and nearly 190 strikeouts is exactly the kind of market steal Matt Arnold lives for. It is the definition of low risk, high reward. In 2024, just one season ago, Flaherty posted a 3.17 ERA split between the Tigers and the Dodgers. He is only 30 years old. He is not washed up. What he needs is consistency and fine-tuning. And that is where the Milwaukee pitching factory comes in. Our coaches, led by Chris Hook, are masters at taking pitchers with elite repertoire. Bowden noted, Flaherty's knuckle curve was his most effective pitch, and his slider remains a weapon and optimizing their plan of attack. Flaherty knows the NL Central like the back of his hand after 7 seasons in St. Louis. He will have no learning curve. He wants to come to a competitive team like the Brewers to rebuild his value before seeking one last big contract. We, on the other hand, desperately need a durable veteran arm to slot in behind Freddie Peralta. Flaherty brings the ability to induce swings and misses, which is critical in today's game. He fills the need, fits the budget, and has the upside the organization looks for. If we lose Woodruff and Quintana, but add Flaherty for $11 million, we still have the financial flexibility to pursue other pieces. This isn't just a good idea, it is the most logical, strategic move the Brewers can make to ensure the 97 wins of 2025 were not a fluke. My final analysis on this news: Woodruff's departure is all but certain. Inaction is not an option. Jack Flaherty, at his projected 2-year, $22 million contract, represents the perfect value play that defines the Matt Arnold era. He pitched better than his ERA suggests and fits perfectly into our pitching development system. Now, I want to hear from you, Brew Crew. This is the big question of our offseason. Would you trust Jack Flaherty to fill Woodruff's shoes, or do you think his 4.64 ERA in Detroit is too big of a red flag? Leave your detailed opinions in the comments below. And as always, for more in-depth analysis and exclusive news the second it breaks, make sure you are subscribed right here to Brewers Fan Central. I'll be back as soon as I have more